Welcome to our first class. In case that for some reason the internet stopped working, I create this video so that you can learn without any problem all the things that you are supposed to learn for this class. So the class will be divided in three main sections, and generally all the classes will have these three main sections. In the beginning, you are going to have a quiz. In this case, we're going to have three quizzes. And remember, in this case, you will have multiple attempts. So in this specific case, you can take it as many times as you want until you get 100%. In the following sections, remember, in the following days, following classes, you will only have one attempt. And later, I will give you the answers and I'll try to explain the reasons of why you were right or were wrong in some questions, and in that way you can get ready for the test. And finally, when we finish with that, we will have an in-class discussion. We will divide in breakout groups, and in this case, we will talk about the importance of the vaccination and some conspiracy theories related to vaccination that are completely a lie, and we will discuss some of those. So let's start. You're supposed to take your quiz, and in this case, remember you have multiple attempts, and these are the quizzes that you have to take. So in the week number two, in the fundamental biological knowledge, you have to take these two, and you have to take in the scientific method. You have to take this. That's a quiz of scientific method. Okay. So I just remind you that you can take it as many times as you want. The idea is that you get 100%, and you know what is the how to take a quiz and how that. For example, I give you the questions before the every class, so you just have to study them and answer at home, and then you can get 100% every class. So let's start answering all these questions. So in the beginning, there were three videos, and here you have three videos that introduce to these basic topics of biology that for some of you will remind you while you study in high school, and for some of you this was a review of a class of the last semester or a year ago. Okay, now that you have the basic understanding of biology, now what I want to that we're going to talk in the class is how we're able to get all that understanding of that DNA is the molecule of information that is formed by these nucleotides and all these components. And so we're going to talk about the history, and we're going to talk about some of these key findings, and even we're going to go before that. So, for example, last week and in the following week, we are going to talk about the selective breeding, and we're going to talk about not only how it was done in the past, but how it's done right now and how it could be done in the future. So these were the three videos that you watch, and um, that some of them talk about even some Greek philosophers, some of them talk about Mendel, and some that talk about more modern era findings. And you saw something that we will focus, that is the DNA discovery. And finally, the third group of videos, they talk about a key component of science, that is the scientific method, and we will be talking a lot about some of this topic and how the scientific method had a huge impact on the revolution on this genetic revolution.